you've said that Taylor Swift is the ultimate female role model.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess a two-part question is, A, why do you think Taylor is the ultimate female? But B, who is the male equivalent for, I guess, young males?
Well, Taylor's incredibly talented, incredibly hardworking, pays her people really well, seems like a nice woman, makes a ton of money, is in a healthy relationship. I just think I just think we could do a lot worse than 15-year-old girls looking up to the woman who doesn't have a lot of surgery or have a lot of profound. I mean, if you're a dad of a teenage girl, you're probably not that upset about her modeling Taylor Swift. So I don't think we could do much better. By the way, I can't stand her music. Her music makes me want to put a gun in my mouth.
That's fair.
Look, for a young man, the ultimate role model is a man willing to spend time in his life. And the call to action, I don't know if it's as bad in Australia, but young men are really struggling in the U.S. They're 4 times as likely to kill themselves. They're 3 times as likely to be addicted. They're 12 times as likely to be incarcerated. More single women own homes in the United States now than single men. It's going to be 3 women college grads for every 2 men in the next 5 years. No one's fallen further faster than young men in America. And the single point of failure for when a man really comes, or a boy comes off the rails, is when he loses a male role model through divorce. There aren't that many men in schools. There's more per capita female fighter pilots than male kindergarten teachers in the United States. So there's a whole cadre or cohort of men who, up until the age of 25, have no contact with men. So the ultimate role model for a boy is a man. He doesn't have to be a baller. He doesn't have to be an iconic figure. He has to be a man that's trying to live a virtuous life and shows real irrational passion for that boy. And the call to action I put out to men, I think a lot about masculinity. I'm writing a book on it. Masculinity is taking care of yourself. Be strong, be smart, have a plan, be economically self-sufficient. Then take care of your family, then take care of extended family, then maybe start contributing to the community. But I think the ultimate expression of masculinity is that you have the resources and the strength such that you can show an irrational passion for the well-being for a child that isn't yours. And boys need men. And you don't have to look very far to find a boy that is fatherless or just doesn't have a lot of male role models. My mom was a single mother. There was a guy across the hallway who just came over and banged on the door, introduced himself to my mom, and then the next weekend came over and said, "Does your son like to go horseback riding?" She said no, and he's like, "Does he want to learn?" And this strange guy who lived in our apartment building took me horseback riding every weekend for a year. And by the way, people hear that and they go, "Oh, wait, he must be a molester." No, he wasn't. He was a decent man. And unfortunately, the Catholic Church and Michael Jackson have fucked it up for all of us and have made people suspicious of a lot of men who have kind of fraternal and paternal love to give. And there's a lot of boys who need it. And we look at them like, oh, there's something wrong or nefarious there. So what I would say to men is that a real expression of masculinity is to get involved in the life of a boy that isn't yours. Because what it ends up in single-parent homes, girls have the same outcomes, same college attendance, same income. Boys in single-parent homes, when they lose a male role model, become substantially more likely to be incarcerated, addicted, self-harm. So men need to step in. If we want better men, then we've got to be better men. We've got to start getting involved in young men and boys' lives.